Welcome back for another episode of
Behind the Tech Desk.
My name's Dale, this is my co-host Jacob, and we have a very special guest today, the one and only Rob Viney.
Boo! Yes! Vindication!
Nailed it. All right. So why don't we start off by talking about a little bit about what you do here?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
All right, and thanks very much.
No, I teach film. I teach camera techniques, how to set up cameras, lighting, a little bit of broadcast. But lots of different stuff and film stuff. And I love to hang out with the audio boys. I love to hang out with the tech desk. Without you guys and without IT, we would not be anywhere. So in this podcast, thank you very much for all the stuff that you guys do. Honestly, it's amazing, especially for the film department because we have so much gear.
I think we're getting far too much credit here.
No, you guys do a lot.
To preface, we've spent about an hour in here just mucking around with all sorts of different
But if you'll notice, the podcast looks really good today, and that's all thanks to the one and only Rob Viney.
Well, we need to do more.
We do need to do more.
But we're going to do more. But it's the
coming
podcast,
along.
It's a growing thing. You know?
We got a tablecloth.
It's about slowly the small little brush strokes. I always say to my film students, which is going to annoy them, it's the subtle brush strokes that make a masterpiece.
I love that you've put a voice on for that.
Yeah.
Subtle brush strokes to make a masterpiece.
Just start narrating like movie trailers.
Next time. Anyway.
So how did you?
That was the best fake laugh ever.
That's
almost as good as this one.
I just have a really good recovery time. It's not that it's a fake laugh. It's just I'm really good at segueing back into
business straight away.
Well, you never want dead air. You're doing good podcasting.
No, that's right.
Right.
I've worked this industry for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
I've done a few broadcasts myself.
Really?
Yeah, surprise.
So what internet website is that?
No. Twitch.tv/Borgie Plays. Come
Find it in the description.
Borgie Plays.
Borgie Plays.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Look at that. Check that out.
Yeah, go there.
Check
I
that
haven't
out.
streamed in like
Borgie
half
Plays.
a year. Borgie Plays. So we were talking about Rob Viney today. He's here as our guest. We're done with Borgie Plays. We're moving on. Rob, how did you get started in the film industry? Where did you come from?
So look, I did start off in audio type sort of stuff. I'll be completely honest. I was studying studying audio. Sorry, and I got roped into doing a music clip for a very popular band now. But I'm not going to name drop, but they've gone really far, international touring artists and all that sort of stuff. And I helped out on one of their first video clips. And I always loved film. I studied media a little bit at high school. Like in year 10, they had one media class, but in year 11, 12, they didn't. Anyway. And so I always loved film and always kind of had an interest there. And then straight after that clip, I was like, I really want to do this. And I was obviously doing some other things. I'd done some education in audio. I also did some education in engineering, but that's a long story way back. I'm too old. But... So anyway, I got into a snowboard, into doing things and helped out stuff. And so managed to get myself onto a documentary through a friend, which is always lucky when you know people and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
It's not what you know, it's who you know all the time.
100%.
And then I was like, you know what, I probably need some bits of paper behind me here to maybe learn a bit more and know how to do stuff. So then I studied. I actually studied with Stefan Radanovic, so shout out to the man. We both went to another institute for a little while and then went on and progressed to do some other ones and things like that. From that early introduction to the documentary, I actually ended up working on a few TV series, a couple of feature films while studying, worked on multiple music clips, and then after studying, went straight into industry, doing some crazy stuff. So I've worked on a few things. So a lot of industry stuff.
Nice. So what would you say your favorite facet of the film industry is? Do you like to direct? Do you like to be a camera operator? And sort of what's entailed in doing something like that on a real film set?
So it's hectic. 12-hour days. There's a lot of time when people come in and they're like, I'm so tired. I did 3 hours work last night and I've just done 4 hours on my assignment today. And I'm like, okay, that's 7 hours. 12 hours, 12 days. Mm-hmm. On a feature film, it's a month worth of pre-production and it's up to 3 months when you're actually on production. So it's long hours.
Long hours.
So where I've worked, predominantly on big form, it's been a camera department, it's been ADing and gaffer department. So that's where I've fallen into. But I've directed lots of shorts, had short films that I've produced and directed on multiple festivals all around the world, which is cool. Filmmaking is fun. And I think anything, even audio, you guys can have me up here. As long as you make stuff fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's good, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you can't get bogged down with the whole, like, you can't get too boring with it. You got to have a bit of fun with it. So,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and with
like-
those massive days, you really got to try and make it fun and bring the energy to it, of course.
100%. Like working in live sound, that's something that we've done our entire careers, the very long days. But you look at the audience, you look at the end product of what you've built, and you end up seeing like these thousands of people who are enjoying this one thing in unison, and it's like, damn, it's really cool to be a small cog in that
I'm gonna
machine.
jump up on that for a second.
Yeah.
I agree. So audio departments, I've always had this kind of connection with like audio people. I don't know, like I would always seem to be talking to audio and gaffer and camera people. And on big form, a case to say is I was working on this feature out in the middle of the desert, out in the middle of nowhere, 45-degree days, getting fried. Every night I look forward to hanging out at the back of the audio truck and the gaffer truck.
Yeah.
They always knew how to just chill out and party and have a good time afterwards and make it fun. And I think that's kind of one of the things as well. Like, you want to hang, you want to meet people and do that. And I guess that's maybe a tip to people, if this is what this is about, is... it's not just about knowing how everything is or every single book. It's about being a good person and being able to hang out. And people will hire you on because they know you can do the gig, but then also that you're a good person. No one wants to work with someone that doesn't do any work, so you have to do work, but you also have to be a good person about it,
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly something to be said for like, you're going to be spending 12 hours a day with these people, so you got to kind of be personable and be nice to be around, right?
Yeah, totally. Otherwise it becomes a drag.
Oh, 100%.
That's how I feel doing this podcast with Jake. It's a drag.
Really, we've done like...
I deserve that. That was a local
that was a big stretch. Nice work. So let's talk a little bit about outside of SAE for you, musician as well.
So I'm a try-hard musician, try-hard rock star.
Try-hard musician, yep. Electric State, your band.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about Electric State.
I don't normally talk about Electric State at SAE with the students because sometimes students like to put them as end credit songs to see if they could get extra marks. It's hilarious.
This is the call out to say you can't.
It's so funny. And they look at you going, they'll go, I hope you like the ending. And you're, and you're like, what is going on? No, well, I do try to play in the local music scene. I love local music. Big fan of promoting local music. There's amazing WA bands, amazing WA musicians out there. So I'm a big fan of watching all that and hearing all that. So I'm in Electric State. I don't know what.
No, I feel like I want to chime in for something with this Electric State thing here. I used to study at SAE as well as an audio student, so I didn't really have many interactions with Rob, but I ended up getting a venue gig when I came out of SAE, and hadn't seen Electric State, hadn't had anything to do with it, and Rob's band came through my venue. And it was something. I just had this guy running around the entire venue with a megaphone, climbing on the roof, jumping on subs, putting smoke everywhere. It really paints you in a different light, in a good light.
So wait, hang on. The standard light is a bad light.
No.
That's a different light, good light?
There's this different thing between seeing someone in a professional setting and then seeing Rob on stage.
Well, I think that ties a lot back to art as a whole. When you're thinking about it, you've got the bloke who comes and does SAE lecturing work, which is paperwork, it's teaching students, which is all good and fun. But then you've got this party animal inside him that breaks loose when he gets up on stage, sort of thing. Like your whole stage persona just...
Any music, we got the music stream, right? I remember years ago when I was in high school, there was this battle of the bands in the middle of Joondalup shopping centre. Right? So there was like little kids who were little dancers, and it's like, you little cutie little dancer, all that sort of stuff. Parents are there, grandmas are there, uncles, extended families all there to watch them. And then there's like the dance troops where there's lots of little kitties, and then they're all doing that, and so there's even more. And then there's like 15-year-old Rob with 15-year-old Rob's mates. And we got no chance in the world to get anywhere. We were sitting at the back of this back room, and this old dude who was doing some comedic sort of sketch thing, he goes, guys, you just got to go out and have fun. And then think about it as, you don't have to be the best performer, but you have to put on a performance so everybody can understand that you're performing. So if you suck, put on more of a performance. So that tells you for electric state. Half the time I feel like I suck. And so then I'm like, all right, well, I need to act up more and put on more of a performance and do it. And I don't know, it just seems to make me laugh. And so I hope it makes other people laugh, and people seem to like it. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a super enjoyable show, and I think you definitely put on like a massive performance. And that's a huge part of playing shows that I don't think gets enough credit, is like making it a show, right? And it was really fun to watch Electric State. It's a really fun show to go to.
Oh, thanks, man. We've got you back for a couple of sound shows, which has been awesome to have you do that. At that comp in the middle of the shopping centre, we decided at the last minute to play For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica, because
and that went down a treat in the middle of the shopping centre.
So imagine you go in and all of a sudden you hear Metallica playing from like a high school band, and we won.
Oh, there
you go. So moral of the story, always play Metallica. Yeah.
No, have fun, and if you have fun, other people will see you having fun.
Yeah, and they'll join in on the fun.
Yeah.
So when you're saying working internationally, things like that, on film sets and things like that, does the process change much dealing with people from different cultures, from different nationalities?
Yeah, I used to work with a couple of Japanese crews that used to come down to Perth. They used to love Perth because of the light. And so, having them come down, sometimes you do have the language barrier. Sometimes you have the way that they go about things. So Australians worldwide are renowned for their really hard work ethic. It's actually, we're known to work really, really hard. And so sometimes that can be a different barrier to get across. But the Japanese crews were really, really cool. They had a strong work ethic. But yeah, so it's knowing how to communicate and making sure you communicate early is the trick with all of that. So it's not leave it till the last minute. You've got to get your stuff organised, dot your T's, dot your I's. Dot your T's? Cross your T's. Dot your I's or
Don't
cross
dot
your
your
I's.
T's.
Don't dot your T's.
Don't dot
immediately
your T's.
offsite.
No. All right, so I just had it completely wrong. Don't do anything I just said. But no, you need to make sure you've got all this stuff organised and done. Otherwise, you look unprofessional, and then on the day you can't ask questions. You need to know everything beforehand. And they will expect you to ask those questions. Yeah. And they will expect you to deliver as well before the set. So there's been lots of people that have worked and then they have one gig and they bail off. Can I say another bad saying? I always say.
You can, absolutely.
The more bad
That's what we're here for. We've
cool.
got heaps for the end of the podcast. So
excellent.
Go for it.
So Australia is filled with the corpses of first-time directors.
Oh, it hits hard.
That's
Love that
brutal.
one. But if you think about it, if you are not prepared in whatever role you do, be it in whatever discipline, if you can't show that you are prepared to do the gig on that day and get it done, do the software thing, do the coding thing, do the setup and recording show. If you can't prove that before, they're already going to have an opinion of you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's so hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
So, I guess this kind of ties into my next question of as students graduate and they go out into the world, what's a piece of advice that you would give to them?
Well, the cops are coming right now, so I might have to run.
Coming, yeah.
Get out of here.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Rob.
There's a back exit.
I missed your question. Sorry, I started doing the police sirens.
I totally understand. I'm sweating a little bit. Yeah. As students go out into the real world and they graduate and go into the industry and try and blend in, what's a piece of advice that you would give to them?
So first timers going out, you're not there to be the next Oscar winner. You're not there to be the next glowing light. You got to go out and show who you are, man. Show your talents. But sometimes people will come in and in the film perspective might overstep the boundaries of what their role is, which on a film set you need to know what your role is and own that role. It's not about coming in and reorganizing it because you've come from an education place where maybe something isn't done that way or that practice isn't done. Do your job, do it really well, own it, and also arrive 15 minutes early and leave 15 minutes after. You're late if you arrive on time.
100%. And that's something I like to stress to anybody asking me about the industry or just work in general. 15 minutes early is on time, and anything earlier than that is better.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hell yeah.
But anyway, we'll round that one up here. Thank you so much for coming out and just talking to us and answering all of our questions.
Just having a great time, honestly.
Yeah,
we
spent an hour behind this just laughing.
There's so much B-roll to this of just
from the film department to the tech department and IT department, because you got your main producer over there, Michael.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for all the help you guys do.
What has happened? Oh no,
we got something wrong here. I don't know.
Oh no,
I was just about to say thanks for everything you guys are doing. Oh, what is it? Password?
Yeah, just
Well, this is awkward.
The computer did it slow. Amazing. But honestly, guys, thank you very much. All the film students should, if they see you at an arena outside of the educational sphere, they should buy you a Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola or a lemonade.
Absolutely. Jacob can take his Coca-Cola. If you find me at a pub somewhere, buy me a beer.
Buy me a beer.
I don't know if we should say beers or not. I don't know. Beers. Beers are different.
Huge thank you to Michael Lloyd here, who's dived in to save
the producer.
It's a tough job.
It's a tough job. The
Producer Lloyd.
Yeah,
Producer Lloyd.
I was telling him last week that I was going to replace him, and I couldn't log into any of my stuff after that. So,
Coincidence?
Coincidence?
But again, thank you so much for coming out. You've been an absolute wealth of knowledge. We really, really appreciate it, and we appreciate all the things that you do around on campus.
And for zhuzhing up the studio as well. It's
We're going to zhuzh it more.
We're going to zhuzh it some more. I think we should
definitely zhuzh it.
Zhuzh it.
Yeah.
Big
we need
zhuzh.
another button saying zhuzhin.
Yeah, can we get it? No, hang on. We're not doing this again.
Like and subscribe. You can find all of Electric State's links in the description. And don't forget, the future is you.